Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Thank you for being here today. I am Atiqah Binti Muhamad Suhaimi and my partner is...
My name is Nurul, Ainaa, Yasmin, Binti, Shah, Rizal, and today we will talk about ADS 555 Applied Research,
which is our topic will cover the factors that influence academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. So let's start first with the chapter 1 introduction. Academic motivation can be defined as a student willingness, need, desire, and also participation in learning process in gaining better performance. There are many researchers has pointed out the factors that lead to academic motivation, which is some of that has been mentioned about the parental involvement and teachers and student relationship, peer self-esteem, and also the reward has been used in the learning process. It has been proven by Ali et al. 2009 that stated a less academic motivation problem has been arise among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. It can be seen whereby the attendance of the class has been dropped, student absent to class, and CGPA also dropped. On the other hand, is the second problem has been arise, which is the student feel less academic motivation when the teachers has the problem of regulated skills. It means that the teachers has not tried to use attractive learning strategies in the class. And the third one is the problem of the less reward will be given. It leads to the student feel demotivated and no one has appreciated the achievement. And the last one is the problem has been arise is there are too much pressure from the family, whereby there has been a crisis with the student have crisis with the family members. The family members have not understand what the student want. There are 4 types of research questions in this research, which is the first one is what is the factors influence academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. And the second one is what is the relationship between a parent and academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. And the third one is what is the relationship between the reward and academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. And the last one is what is the relationship between a teacher and academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. So what are the research objective of this research, which is the first one to study the extent of the factors influence in academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. And the second one is to examine the relationship between parent and academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. And the third one is to investigate the relationship between reward and academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. And the fourth one is about to examine the relationship between teacher and academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. So why we do this research and why we choose this topic, it is because we want to know what is the extent that make the student of semester 3 has continued their studies. And the second one is we want to know what are the factors that influence the student from semester 6 to stand still until they finish their studies. And the last one is to give an awareness for the teachers, parent, and also student itself on how to increase the academic motivation. So we move to the next chapter, which is covered as literature review. Basically, we have find out 5 of factors influencing academic motivation among students, which is teacher, reward, parents, self-esteem, also peer support. However, we have chosen only 3 of factors influence, such as parent. Okay, why we choose parent? It is because according to the Hodgman, Hayes, and also Maliski 2018, it has been mentioned that parent is the most closest to the student, as student can share everything to the parent and get encouragement, assistance in many kind of help. And the second one is why we choose a teacher. It is because, as stated by government 2030, without teacher there's no kind of learning process or teaching process will be happen. So within the teacher assistant in the learning activity, it helps to increase the academic motivation among students. As the last one is according to the Franco, Santos, and Gomez Major 2018 has been mentioned that reward give a big influence in academic motivation among students, as it gives them an encouragement to work better forward and also to strive in a better achievement. So we have found out one chart related with academic motivation, which named as Maslow hierarchy needs. It has been illustrated in terms of the pyramid, and it has been divided into 5 subsections. And the first one is psychology needs, it followed by the safety and security, love and belongingness, and also self-esteem. And the last one is self-actualization. All these kind of needs to be accomplished to ensure that the student get a better motivation in the academic to perform better ahead. The next is chapter 3, which is research methodology.
The method that we use in this research is quantitative research. We have been distribute online questionnaire to student semester 3 and semester 6 Bachelor of Administrative Science UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah. Do you know how we get the number of sample size of the respondent? The number of the sample size has been taken from the Umar Sekaran table that the total number of the population is 130, so that 97 of the respondents are needed for the sample size. The sampling technique that we use in our research is cluster sampling. The reason why we use this cluster sampling is because our respondent has been divided into 2 groups. This technique is aligned with our research since it's focused on the target populations to be answered the online questionnaire. There are 3 types of measurement that we use in our research. First is nominal scale. Nominal scale helps in sorting of the individual's object or response based on the common characteristic. For example, its genders such as a male and female. Second is ordinal scales. It means the uses of the level to clarify cases into the ordered manner. For example, it's the level of the semester undertaking such as semester 3 and semester 6 students. And third is the interval scale. Interval scales means there is a difference between the variable and the result. The zero is meaningful. For example, it's the questionnaire answer that has been arranged according to the Likert scale.
And then we jump into the chapter 4, which is data analysis and findings. In the context of reliability statistics, we have conducted a Cronbach alpha to measure our reliability, even though in the pilot test and also in the real questionnaire. So the value that has been gained in the pilot study is between 0.5 until 0.9, whereby in the reliability test in the real questionnaire is in between 0.8 until 0.9. All the question has been used and none of the question are in the context of normality test. We have been measured between the DV and also the 3IV, and the result has been indicated in between -2 until 2, which is it has been concluded that all of the DV and also IV are normally distributed.
First is descriptive analysis table. Based on the research question, what is the extent of the factors that influence academic motivation among students at UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah? The researcher has run a descriptive analysis on each question that has 5 answers, which are strongly disagree, disagree, moderate, agree, and strongly agree. Based on the result above, the highest mean of descriptive analysis is B7, which is 4.6495, and the lowest mean of descriptive analysis is B5, which is 3.8969. Next, Pearson correlation aims to measure the linear correlation between 2 variables in order to know the relationship whether it's strong, moderate, or weak. Based on the table above, the first variable is relationship between parent and academic motivation. As we can see, the correlation value is 0.609, which is at strong level, and P equal to 0.00, which is less than 0.05, so the hypothesis is accepted. The variable is the relationship between teachers and academic motivation. From the table above, the correlation value is 0.437, while P equal to 0.000, which is less than 0.05, so the hypothesis is accepted. And third, the relationship between the reward and academic motivation. The table shows the correlation value is 0.602, which is P equal to 0.000, which is P less than 0.05, so the hypothesis is accepted. Multiple regression examines that the most factor affecting academic motivation among students in UiTM Sungai Petani, Kedah, and the data must be less than 0.05 to be significant between 2 variables. Reward indicated that beta value 0.322, teachers beta value is 0.062, and parent beta value is 0.332. It can be seen that reward and parent has a significant relationship, while teacher not significant since it's more than 0.05. Therefore, the most factor that influence academic motivation is parent, with the beta value of 0.332.
Move to the fifth chapter, which is it will cover about the discussion and also the conclusions of our research.
The first discussion is to study the extent of the factors that influence academic motivation among students at UiTM Sungai Petani Kedah. It can be shown the factors are mostly can influence the academic motivation. From the result, the highest mean of the descriptive analysis is B7, which is the value is 4.6495, and the lowest mean of the descriptive analysis is B5 with the 3.8969. Secondly is to examine the relationship between parent and the factors that influence academic motivation among students at UiTM Sungai Petani Kedah. Based on the result, the hypothesis is accepted since there is a significance between two variables with a p-value 0.000 and p less than 0.05, and the correlation is r equal to 0.609, which is thirdly to investigate the relationship between teachers and the factors that influence academic motivation among students at UiTM Sungai Petani Kedah. The finding shows that there is a significant relationship between both variables where p equal to 0.005, which is p less than 0.05 level significant, and the correlation is r equal to 0.437 at moderate level. Fourth, to examine the relationship between the reward and the factors that influence academic motivation among students at UiTM Sungai Petani Kedah. The significant correlation was 0.602, which is p equal to 0.000, and the hypothesis accepted since there is a significant relationship between reward and academic motivation and at the strong level.
This research there has been listed some recommendation. At first is the recommendation to the parent, whereby we want to inform the parent to involve in the school engagement, school activities. And the second one is about we want to influence the teachers to more active or more attractive in the learning activities or learning method. And the third one is about the implementations of the program in terms of the academic motivation. As a school or education institution need to invite the outsiders to give a speech about the academic motivation. However, there are some limitations by doing this research. And first one, in terms of the population, as you can see, we just focus on the students semester 3 and 6. So in the future research, we hope that there are more widen the kind of the population to be focused on. And the second one is in terms of the variables. As you can see, we just use 3 variables, and we hope for in the future research, the researcher can use a variety of variables that to measure the influence in academic motivation. And the third one is in terms of the respondent feedback, whereby in respondent feedback we have constrained more time within differs from what we have planned, as it considers 3 weeks to collect the data, as there are many problems that consists has been disturbed during this COVID-19 era.
At the conclusion, we have been summarized chapter 1 until chapter 5.
Yes, there are many importance of academic motivation among the student itself, as it can help them to perform well in their academic and also for the future ahead. So that's all from us. Thank you for watching. We're excited to wait for your feedback afterward. Thank you.